أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وتذل من تشاء. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Living with the glorious Qur'an. Thou debasest whom thou willest. And yesterday, in explaining this part of the verse, we said, bringing another quotation from another place in the Quran, وَمَنْ يُهِنِ اللَّهُ فَمَا لَهُ مِنْ مُكْرِمٍ. Whoever Allah dishonors, there is none to honor him. After all the craving for leadership and all the campaigns and maneuvers of election and possibly rigging, but thanks to the new arrangement and the new electoral law and so on, this or that is greatly reduced. But after all that, after the attainment of power and so on, your tenure expires, or you are removed, or you are replaced, because many are announced on the 9 o'clock news on the NTA, and it is from the same source that we will hear about their debasement, about their removal, about their replacement with other people. Whatever is the case, expiration of tenure, removal, replacement, vote of no confidence, as we see in other countries where another different system of democracy is applicable. Whatever is the case, after the attainment of the post, of the position, getting the power, you now are debased. You are brought low by the same authority that vested that power in you. And then suddenly you are back to our world. No retinue, no tight schedules. You are free as air. You are like any one of us. There is no long list of people waiting to see you in the office. You will not have the opportunity again to reject who to see and who not to see. You will not have the powers again to rebuke or to shout or to abuse, because you are the one in power. Now you are back to our world. There is nothing except melancholy, except reminiscences of what has been in the past and will never be repeated. All opportunities are gone. Now the same people that you attained to, that you attended to, that should be listened to, connived with to give the contract, and tell them where to place back the kickback or your share of the loot, would now desert you and go to the dash elect, either governor elect or whatever elect. Your tenure is over. You are done. You are gone. You are no longer there, because you are waiting for a few hours to hand over to the dash elect, either governor elect or whatever elect. And the same people that were every day with you, that thronged around you, would now depart and go to the next person, your successor in office. They will be there. Then you will be alone. Even from the world, that is the extreme abasement. After all, there is no siren again, no crossing or beating of the traffic light. Your convoy will not harass anybody again. You are like any other person, like any one of us. This power is fleeting. This power is intoxicating. And the authority that gives the power now takes it away from you. And from honor, you are brought low. Oh Allah, you elevate whom you will, and you bring down whom you will. Biyadik al-khair is the next part of the verse. In thy hand is the good. All good is with Allah. What about all bad? all bad is with whom? قُلْ كُلٌّ مِّنْ عِنْدِ اللَّهِ. Say all is with Allah. Everything is with Allah. Now, in spite of the fact that good and bad, or the good and the bad, are all from Allah, Islam teaches us not to attribute anything unto Allah but that which is good. That is why in the verse we read, in thy hand is the good. When Ibrahim alayhi salam was praying Allah, or was explaining certain things, he said, وَإِذَا مَرِضْتُ فَهُوَ يَشْفِينَ. And when I sicken, he healeth me. He did not say, وَإِذَا أَمْرَضَنِي, if he inflicts me with sickness, even though it is Allah that it inflicts with sickness. But out of respect and out of attribution to Allah, to what is only good, he says, وَإِذَا مَرِضْتُ, as if he was the one that causes sickness to himself. If I sicken, he healeth me. إِنَّكَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. Thou hast the power to will anything. That is the end of that verse. But the two are read together. تولج الليل في النهار وتولج النهار في الليل وتخرج الحي من الميت وتخرج الميت من الحي وترزق من تشاء بغير حساب. You make the night to grow longer by shortening the day, and thou makest the day to grow longer by shortening the night. And thou bringest forth the living from the dead, and thou bringest the dead out of the living. And thou grantest sustenance unto whom thou willest, without reckoning. تولج الليل في النهار. Thou makest the night to grow longer by shortening the day. وتولج النهار في الليل. And thou makest the day to grow longer by shortening the night. وَتُخْرِجُ الْحَيَّ مِنَ الْمَيِّتِ. And thou bringest forth the living out of that which is dead. وَتُخْرِجُ الْمَيِّتَ مِنَ الْحَيِّ. And thou bringest out the dead out of the living, or out of that which is alive. The scholars said you bring a mu'min out of a kafir, and you bring a kafir out of a mu'min. And some said the verse is taken as it is, living coming out of the dead. Like in the case of the egg is dead when it comes out of the chicken. And from the same egg, a live chick is produced. A man is created out of a despicable fluid, a drop of semen, ejaculated as dead, not living. And a human being is created out of that. Or the vegetation that springs out of the earth after rainfall. وترى الأرض هامدة فإذا أنزلنا عليها الماء اهتزت وربت وأنبتت من كل زوج بهيج. And O Muhammad, thou seest the earth barren, but when we bring down water thereon, it thrills and swells and brings out every lovely vegetation. وَتَرْزُقُ مَنْ تَشَاءُ بِغَيْرِ حِسَابٍ. And thou grantest sustenance unto whom thou willest, beyond stint, beyond reckoning. He grants without stint unto whom he wills. His resources are inexhaustible. Like to Sulaiman alayhi salam, he gave everything. He understands the language of the birds. He gave him everything in abundance. And then he said, هَذَا عَطَاؤُنَا فَمْنُنْ أَوْ أَمْسِكْ بِغَيْرِ حِسَابٍ. This is our gift. You can give or withhold without stint to Sulaiman alayhi salam. So whatever it is, power is Allah's. He gives it unto whom He wills. When we meet tomorrow, we shall conclude our lesson on the verse and explain certain things regarding power and what the Prophet ﷺ said about this verse in particular and the one after it that we have just read today about the night being into day. One is longer, one is shorter, as one would increase and the other one decrease. Living with the glorious Qur'an will take more of that when we meet in the same segment tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.